Wow. Bow wow. Bow wow. Check, check. All right, now I got to find you guys. Hold on. Somebody might. There it is. There it is. There she is. Seriously, I got to clean this shit up a second. I got like fucking. Hopefully you can hear me. I have two other. Let's check the audio a second. All right. You guys can hear me. I just need to clean up. I have two other fucking live stream notifications sitting there. I'm still trying to get used to StreamYard. All right. Hopefully that'll do it. God, this is so weird. I can't fucking figure out how to scale my camera down. But I think you guys are probably able to hear the... How about that audio for StreamYard? What the fuck is up with that? I apologize. I will not be playing any of my fucking music through StreamYard again anytime soon. I sound bad enough without all that fucking garbly bullshit. Why the fuck is it so hard for it to get shared audio to sound even half-assed. Anyways, human being in the house. Nels is here. What's up, fellas? Cheers to you. Human is making a cocktail. I have a half of one left now. I'll be making another one in about like 5 fucking minutes. So I thought I would yap with you guys. I have a little bit to share. And then see if we can't get some folks to start coming on and yapping with TV a little bit. Holy fuck, this is fucking crazy. Man, this is so awkward. That didn't change shit. That did not change shit. This is fucked up. See, I have to have my chat blown up so I can read you guys, and I just usually like it. I just magnify the browser. Oh, maybe. Okay. There we go. There we go. That's a little better. Bill's in the house. What's up, brother? Cheers to you. Oh my God. I don't know if I can put that one up, Bill. You know me, dude. I'm not that much of a prude, but I don't know about that one. Bill, you don't know how bad I want to. Is there any way we can make that relevant? Is there any way we can make that question relevant? How about, was Epstein still banging Melania after her and Trump got together? God damn it, Bill. I appreciate you, brother, and love you, man. Give me another one, because I want them crazy. If we can make that first question or poll question relevant, I'd put it up. How can we do that? I don't know how we're going to be able to work the taste part in. God, you guys are terrible, man. Especially you catch me in the right mood. It's like I try to be, it's not like I'm not have a pretty obnoxious, dirty sense of humor. I've just, over all these years, I've done incredible. Like, if there's a single thing that I'm proud of, it's when I stream, I've been able to keep the sexist bullshit down. And it's tough. I mean, I don't know. You're good, Bill. Bill, you can't. Bill, you are not. Look, we are, as humans, we should be, to be fair, be taken as a whole, right? Each person should be taken as a whole, a WHOLE whole. Now you have a lot more good. I haven't seen anything bad from you, Bill. Not a fucking thing. Yeah, Human says he doesn't know, but he's not thanking him now. This is an absolutely terrible situation that I'm in. I just like, I've gotten so fucking comfortable, and for me, like I've really, I feel like I'm at my top of my game with, or at the top as I've ever been with getting my graphics up and everything being smooth. But I really want to use this StreamYard so I can just do my normal shit, and then hopefully get some of you folks to join me on the last half of the stream. I mean, it's so important to me to be doing this regularly, where I can bring folks in. And remember, just a reminder, you don't have to have video, or, a camera up, or a picture of yourself. In fact, if I don't know you or haven't known you for a while, I'm probably not going to add any image to the stage. But yeah, you'd be happy to have anybody audibly voice their thoughts about shit. Yeah, I think he did, didn't he, Bill? Let's put that up. We'll do that one, brother. All right, we have a poll up thanks to Billum. Did Donald spend 2017 Thanksgiving with Epstein? They keep bringing up the chut, and it's like, I'm getting better about it. I'm just fascinated as to what's going on inside their head, like individually and collectively, with denying reality. So, but they keep bringing up the chuds keep bringing up the fact that Virginia Guilfoyle, or Guffrey, I don't know how you would pronounce. I've heard so many talking heads pronounce it different, Guffrey and Guffrey. That she said that Trump was. She never. I don't know what her exact words. Something about Trump was always very nice, or whatever. I guess basically saying she was never assaulted by him. And that's fine. I mean, I don't disbelieve that at all. I'm sure during all this, Trump is probably like a very polite person. I mean, you guys know what I'm saying. Obviously, keeping in mind the whole time he's trying to fucking get a fucking rub and tug from a minor, right? Who has to? I mean, these poor girls. Jesus fucking Christ. I really wish I had the vocabulary to explain exactly how I feel about all this shit. Having an incredible wife, 2 daughters, my oldest and my youngest being girls with 3 boys in between. That's a whole fucking thing and dynamic of awesomeness. I mean, obviously, I didn't fuck around with my boys at all when it came to having respect for their mom and the women in our lives. But my oldest, she's such a strong personality. She was like the third parent. I'm not kidding you. So all that shit's been really great and fortunate for me. But I don't see, it's just because, according to Pam Bondi and maybe Patel, certainly more than just Bondi, a couple people who would be in the know said that there's over 1,000 victims, right? Obviously, well, a couple obvious is that they weren't all being trafficked for Epstein's twisted pleasure, nor Trump, nor all for Trump, right? But one too many. So, yeah, just because one victim out of over 1,000 said that she never experienced a bad situation with Trump, that's a heartbreaker, her whole story, right? So I'm trying to be careful, not because there's nothing bad to say about her in this situation at all, but and her, I'm not trying to take a single fucking thing away from her statement, not trying to like plant a seed of doubt at all, because to be honest, I'd go even farther the other direction. I absolutely believe what she has had to say, and but again, that's one victim out of over 1,000, right? And we seen like with the pressers held by victims before, when they were first trying to get this petition signed to have a vote. The petition was purely to force a vote in the House on releasing these files. A whole group, a dozen of the 1,000 victims, again, only a dozen or so out of over 1,000 victims, according to Pam Bondi, and none of them had anything good or bad to say about Trump during those pressers, right? One or two spoke out and said, and, pleaded with Trump to meet with them, so my guess is, though, the way the history of how women are treated in this world, respected, or not respected, just, as as hard as I've tried, and I had a cool conversation with my youngest and my wife this morning. It's like we can never get it, right? We never get it, but I try, and something I keep in mind is like, how many women feel oppressed even though they have an overwhelming amount of love and respect and trust, a big one, in their husband, right? Like, women are so vulnerable in so many ways, but like, especially like physically, I'm thinking, with these situations with fucking these rich, extremely powerful, mostly white fellas, you know, having control in a sense over these young girls. Can you imagine? Yeah, no, I've already forgotten what I said, human. I hope don't take me wrong, brother. Women do have power. I agree. But they have power because of felt not that we give them their power, human. We just respect it, right? The same way we might respect each other's ability. And man, dude, I have, it's so strange. I wish I could get my oldest and her husband to talk to me a little bit more, but they're not quite. They're a little more late conservative, obviously, right? I don't know. It's just like, he's a preacher's son, and they're basically works for a mission. Now they just moved to Florida recently, and so she's now, she was a professional for half a dozen years after half a dozen years in college, right? But I get it. I'm happy because I see the change in them. I see how she's finally becoming more understanding of what it was like for, you know for me and her mom raising her, or raising the kids. But um like, they don't, you know his my stepson's dad is or son-in-law's dad is it's a non-denominational church that he pastors for. But so, I mean, they do have, it's not like my wife or my daughter thinks that as a wife she is just completely subservient. And I don't get into that too much with them because that's their personal business, for one. But unfortunately, like, some pretty, not even, I was going to say staunch Christians, but just like a lot of women who are in families that do, however much they live the life, like, do they say grace over dinner and then go to church on Sunday, and is that it? I mean, is there any, like, family Bibles? And I don't judge people for who don't at all. I'm just saying, like, how dedicated are they, and which ones that are think that it's their job to, that the man is the head of the household. It's just so foreign to me, you guys. Even though at 55, I kind of grew up with in that mind, in that environment. I mean, that's just how middle class, lower and poor middle class Americans, families, households were in the 70s. Darlene, welcome to the stream. What's up? Yeah, Bill says predators are very efficient in utilizing the power of dynamics. Well, believe me, I've been well aware of just being a male and being in positions, and being a male in positions. Just, I don't feel like I've ever taken advantage of that. And certainly not with a woman, or, but it's, I don't know. It makes me a little bit sad. It does, because I wonder how much women are always, like, just constantly keeping that in the front of their mind. That I hope it's not like that, but for fuck's sake, how could you blame them? I can't. I'm still pissed about the music. Yeah, Bill says they're using selective words from a traumatized victim of Donald when she no longer around to speak against it. A disgusting cope they are parroting from top of their media bubbles. Yeah, ultimately, Bill, we don't, you know, I take, Virginia Guffrey at her word. Like you said, she committed suicide in April of this year. Um, but maybe, that's not to say that she didn't, wasn't keeping some terrible facts about Trump hidden. I don't know. I mean, we've seen what he does. I've seen the comments. I've seen the fucking, you know, not direct quotes from Republican elected officials, but you either believe that somebody who is a legitimate journalist and has been for years, many of them are just all at once making this shit up, which would be really odd, right? It's not happening. Or these people have said that, and you can't expect it. These Republican elected officials are in fear for their lives and their families' lives, and I get it, and I feel bad for them. But and I went over this on one of the last streams that it's no excuse though. I don't know. Maybe I can get why people would say you're fucked up, TV, allowing thinking it's okay to speak out against Trump if it puts your fucking family at risk. It's like, what good am I doing? How am I fucking being much of a protector or a man if I don't fucking speak out against someone like Trump, regardless of the fucking consequences? I mean, are you fucking kidding me? That it sucks. But there's no way in hell my family would want me to be anything but myself. How could I just bury my head and stop doing shit like streaming or, and I'm just saying from my perspective, but like these folks in Congress, it's like they've they've given up on doing their job because out of fear for their families. And I think that's a really tough situation to be in, but I know what my response would be. So we've talked about how these so many folks are afraid of, and it's not like necessarily what Trump is going to do. He's not going to go, with an elected official, Republican or not, he might ask Bondi to fucking bring charges and then see if you can find some evidence for those charges. But um, with everyday folks, it's like it's not Trump that you have to worry about. It's his fucking goons, the Proud Boys, the Oath Keepers, the fucking anti-fascist fucking kooks, you know? You guys are probably posting away. It's probably all going into StreamYard, but I cannot see it from StreamYard anyways. There we go. Just got to do a little plug advertisement in case any of you all forgot to hit the thumbs up. Please do that, or thumbs down, whatever works for me. Share with those you love, those you don't. Subscribe, ring the all bell. I'm going to yap with you guys for a little bit longer, and then I have a few things to share. And a little bit later on in the stream, I will post a link. So hopefully we can get some folks to join me with it for a few minutes, some comments. Uh-oh. I lost you guys. Oh. Whew. Ha. Yeah, she's in your human. Can you post her name? I don't even want. I can I think it's one I can pronounce, but I can't remember the spelling. Al- Aladiva or something like that. So she's actually your rep, brother. That's cool. That's good to know, dude. I was impressed. I mean, you guys know I sit here and do this, and I just never. I feel like I've always been a pretty fucking nervously shy in front of people type person, but my overwhelming desire to fucking yap and I guess maybe I don't know, entertain kind of outweighed the fucking fear, but I was just so fucking impressed with her. I mean, yeah, I think she's been an elected official at state level, right? For a while. Um, but to have your first speech on the House floor, being sworn in, having your first speech on the House floor, and having to address Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House, delaying your specific fucking swearing in, and then also being you know, the final signature needed for this petition. She is amazing lady. And it wasn't that she just handled herself well, and I didn't see like a fucking ounce of nervousness from her, like no hesitation, no shaking in her voice, no awkward smiling, or just incredible. And then to lay into Johnson in such a awesome but yet professional way, just amazing. You guys, we need more reps like her, human. I'm happy to hear that she is your rep. Well, thanks, Darlene. I appreciate that. I feel like I do these streams because I really, really, you know, hanging out in Mighty's Venus streams back in the day, it was just a short time in there, literally a couple weeks, and I was like, this is the coolest fucking thing. I don't, I don't like to. I thought about this a lot, and especially the chuds. Even back in the day when I was playing in the band, I thought about it a lot. It's like I don't. I want folks to fucking see and listen to me and get a smile, enjoy it, shake their head, whatever. It's not. I'm not. I swear to God, you guys, I check myself all the time, and I could still be missing it, but I don't fucking feed off from the attention so much as or I don't think so at all. I honestly I feel like 100% my whole reason for doing this is just because I fucking enjoy hanging out with people, you know? And sure, maybe it's my personality to always be trying to fucking, you know, whatever, not be the life of the party, but to 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 entertain, to be another, I count on you folks too, I mean, we all know that honestly, it's a chat, and you guys have heard, anybody who's been around for a minute has heard me say that and emphasize that. The the chatters are what makes a stream. Seriously. Yeah, it's up to me to like not be a complete fucking turn off with swearing all the time or whatever, and maybe have some sort of topic and relevant topic and coherent comments myself, but you know, just opening up the stream and having a chat for all the fucking smart folks. All right, maybe I'll still pronounce that wrong. Grilava couldn't go out as Congresswoman elect and tear into the speaker, her boss essentially, or should be considered a hysterical loud woman. If it was Gates, he could stomp like a toddler. Yeah, Gates is in the news again too, isn't he? Bill says it's a powerful dynamic established in childhood. Well, I tell you what, I always tell you guys that, really it's just me and my sister. My sister's exactly 2 years, 2 months younger than me. But I was raised with I spent a lot of time with my grandparents. My mom had several marriages, but uh the only kids my mom ever had, just me and my sister from her first marriage, our dad. But my mom had four brothers and sister, two brothers, two sisters that were 14, 15, 6. It was 13, 14, 15, and 16 years younger than her, right? So when my mom was pregnant for me, my grandma was pregnant for my mom's youngest brother, who was just, that's not right. Ah. Anyways, they're only 7 to 4 years older than me. So I grew up with like these two older brothers, two older sisters, but yet they weren't. You know what I mean? They weren't actually my siblings, but spent so much fucking time with them. And so I don't know, Bill. I think about that a lot. Like I had no musicians in my family. My dad was a goofball. I've never thought about that until probably just the last few years, Bill, where I've considered, geez, how much I mean, I know my aunts and uncles had tons of fucking influence on me, all the musical shit, everything, right? It's like they were forced to take me with them, my uncles, when they went out. So, but yeah, maybe just being with having all those kids around, right? Like they were kind of guiding me because I was their nephew, but at the same time, they also probably seen me as much as a little brother as a nephew. And yeah, maybe I did. I don't know. I've just honestly, you never know how you come across to folks, but I feel like looking back and I always have like I was pretty quiet because there was always so much going on and always so many older kids, right? But yeah, maybe eventually I turned all that into a bunch of fucking craziness. Well, Darlene says, TV, I think you'd be a great organizer. No Obama, but you do a great job. Well, I mean, I always having 5 kids, right? Being a kitchen manager and even a traveling trainer for Hooters and running the band. I mean, I was our front man, even though I sang probably only, I sang it was split. I sang more lead than our drummer, but my partner sang more lead on tunes than I did. So, but I always dealt with all our bookings and shit. And it's like I had a fucking mohawk down to my ass. And like the first time my uncle who was running lights, who's only 4 years older than me, who put together a light show and all that shit and was running lights for us. He would go when I first started out, I'm just like, fuck it. we have the tunes now. I'm gonna go in and just I don't know what to do, but I'm gonna fucking bring um an audio disc in or tape, I guess it would have been back then. Fuck, I can't remember now. Yeah, I don't think we had ways to burn CDs back then. And just tell them what we do, you know? And I unbelievably, I got a lot of managers, bar managers that were willing to take a chance on us, but probably because of my personality, you know. I mean, I was I know how to mind my P's and Q's very well when I need to. And yeah, I don't know. It was a crazy thing. I do like feel like I'm halfway decent at advertising, marketing, you know, promoting shit, somewhat organizing maybe. Organizational skills though is the key to success in anything. And I don't say that like that's where I got all any success I've had is because I've been organized. Well, it's depended on that a lot, but I don't think I'm great at it. I mean, I think that is huge. You have to have social skills and you have to be organized and kind of sure of what you want to do, right? That's it. I mean, I'm not opposed to higher learning, obviously. All that shit's good, but really for success, you need to have strong social skills and you need to be organized. Yeah, Bill says all that all they're all tight, of course, but that power dynamic, sweet as it seems, means my mom is responsible for all her older sisters, which is beyond her capabilities. Bill, maybe we should have some conversations or streams about along those lines sometimes. Like, I feel like I got off pretty easy. You know, my dad, we didn't see him much when he passed or before he passed, right? Because he lived a nomadic life. But my aunt, his sister, kind of looked after him as much as she could within reason. She didn't never did baby him after my grandma had passed. Um, so she let us know when he was sick, and me and my sister went up and seen him in the hospital. He was in a coma, but so I didn't have to deal with any responsibility of that as far as my dad goes. And then my mom passed 2 years ago, you know, being married to a fellow that's what I think Pops is 9 years younger than her or something. Um, and she didn't want any big ceremonies afterwards. She was in hospice and came home, you know, and was at home 2 months and died at home. But, you know, the whole time she really was, you know, not all doped up and not in a lot of pain. She just once in a while get comfortable with her chest pains. And so there really wasn't nothing to deal with there. But um, passing at 72, and I know, Bill, that your aunts, your parents and your aunts are getting up there. Yeah, it's a tough thing, brother. Like it really it warms my heart to yap with you and see like you and Putin get into some good conversations and see you yapping about how strong and tight your family is. And like I don't have that. I mean, there's this underlying always strong love with my mom's siblings. Um it's different, I guess. And the same way with me having 5 kids, it's like I've never wanted them would never want them to have to feel responsible. Like I was never put in a position to where I had to decide, hey, is this too much? You know, is it too much on any one person or expecting any one person to give every moment of their day to their dying parent? It's like, wow, it's a pretty fucking tough question, isn't it? I wasn't faced with that. But sitting here still in good shape, fairly good shape, I don't want my kids to have to deal with that, right? I don't want to be stuck in a home by myself for the last 5 years of my life. But no way in hell do I want my kids to feel like they're obligated. And right now, honestly, if I can put myself in a position where or imagine myself in a position where I'm not able to maybe cook or get around well, I I still don't think I would want my kids to just be, constantly. It's just not natural, right? I don't know. Yeah. No, I agree, Bill. It's Bill, you have to understand though too, right, brother? And you probably do, like, because you've been there, right? Like you're like, I mean, I'm sure you've been there. We all have. Like, this is too fucking much, but yet you whatever the situation is, but yet you won't allow yourself to give up, and you make it through it. So we do have to keep in mind that the people that are dedicating or feel like they're responsible or just need to get, they're fine. I think they would probably be like your mom, for instance. If she said, look, this is too much taking care of my sisters or doing what I have to help them take care of themselves, she would probably be worse off, right, brother? It'd probably be harder on her to sit and not do anything or to somehow, to do less. You know what I mean? It's like especially though that generation, brother, you can't fucking stop those folks. They ain't listening to us. Yeah, Darlene, Dave Oz is a good guy. I hate seeing you. It's been very tough, as you know, for for a few folks, but I've kept my opinions and mouth to myself on that. Uh, I wish you guys could. I wish you had a way to communicate in private, not because I'm annoyed by it, but you know what I mean, for you two's sake. Dave is a good guy. I can't even get. I've known him, Darlene, for 10 years, almost 10 years now. It'll be 10 years. You know, early next year, February, something like that. And I can't even get him to give me a email address, but I understand. And like for a while when I would start, even though I had talked to so many of these folks for so long, like, just want you to be, especially with my moderators, like, I just like to be as transparent myself as possible. So, but I understand folks don't, at the end of the day, no matter how long we've known somebody or think we have online, it could all be fucked up. But I feel like I've had enough exposure to society, especially with playing, working and food service, that I'm pretty decent at reading, folks. Not that I haven't been fooled. Make them chase you, Darlene. I'm telling you, sister. Make them chase you. I know that's a stupid like thing to say, but self-confidence is huge for men and women. My son-in-law told me the story a few months ago about him and my daughter. Like they dated for a minute, and for whatever reason it wasn't working out for him, right? And he's a good guy. It's strange. I don't know. I mean, men are men. He's a Christian fella. I don't know. Whatever. I don't know. If how strong and dedicated some fellas are to being not being fucking not chasing skirts. I did. I don't feel like I'm a sexist. I just I was all about hugging and kissing on some girls. Whatever. But so they stopped dating and then they ended up at the same party together or something like that. And he's like, Dad, some other guy was talking to Tia, my daughter, and he's like, yeah, that's not gonna work. And then they've been back together. They've been together and married ever since, right? But funny stuff. Chased versus chased. Right on, human. Right on. God damn it. I'm so pissed I can't share music with you guys. It sounds like complete fucking shit, doesn't it? Did you guys rewind? Anybody rewind and listen to the fucking music? Sounds like fucking ass. Fucking irritating, man. Like it's fucking keeping me from just going all in on StreamYard. Like, man, I gotta be able to have fucking decent sounding music when I want. Fucking pisses me off. Laura, what up, sister? Cheers to you. Yeah, why is it like that, Laura? It's fucking like, why isn't my fucking voice garbled? Like when I last StreamYard I did, you came on, Mel's came on, the fucking sound, the timing or the delay was really fucking short. Like it was the best experience I'd had with StreamYard yet, but this fucking audio especially I guess just being a musician, it fucking irritates the piss out of me. God, I'm so close to being able to use a StreamYard all the time with because I've before I went live tonight, I did learn a few other functions on how to share shit. Well, I figured out the video and audio, but I speaking of the police, I don't know why it took me so long, but in the last year I've been getting into Rick Beto more. Sometimes he annoys me, but he was let me find it a second. It was about a month ago, but he interviewed Bubblefoot. Never heard of him. Maybe some of you guys have heard of Bubblefoot. Badass guitarist, cool guy. I love fucking seeing these fucking badass musicians that have been married to the same lady for fucking so many damn years. But this guy was God, he's just I didn't watch it long because he did a lot of talking. So I think I only watched like the first 45 minutes or something. But I'll go back and finish watching it at some point. But I feel he's pretty much like a prodigy or something like fucking Buckethead, right? The dude is insanely good and comfortable. But he was playing a bunch of different fucking police riffs. He had a double neck guitar, both 6 string, but one fretless. One of the necks was fretless. So God damn it. Now I'm not finding it, seeing it. It's the coolest goddamn thing, though. Seeing him play the fucking tapping out bass riffs and then the lead guitar. It's fucking insane. This dude is fucking cool as fuck. I'm gonna have to go back and listen to some more of his music. Like he just put a instrumental album out, I believe. So she said, I finally found it. What I've been looking for. Gosh, I have. So I have I have 2 fucking stream scripts set up now that I'm not going to use tonight. I would like to start reading through this shit on StreamYard. And then doing long posts with the graphics that I put together for them. But I had planned on reading through that like I did last time. And then posting the StreamYard link, which I'm going to do here shortly. What's our poll? We had Bill asked, did Donald spend Thanksgiving with Epstein in 2017? 12 people participated in the poll. 75% say yes, 25% say no. I'm going to keep that poll up until the end of the stream. Okay. I am going to do a really quick BRB. Well, not really quick. I have to make a cocktail and use the bathroom. I'm going to post a link when I get back. Hopefully, some folks, if we can get some people in one at a time to share their thoughts, comments about what's going on with the recent news with the Trump Epstein files, what Trump has been doing with his attacks on America and our civil rights, his attacks on other countries, and being the exact opposite of a no more wars president. What the stock market's doing, how the economy looks, why we haven't had jobs numbers released. So all that, anything that's on your mind, we will I'll bring you up. All right. Hang tight a second. I will be right. Let's see if I can fucking. This is going to be hard, isn't it? Okay. All right. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Let's get rid of that. All right. This is all still very new to me. Wow. Where's my phone? I should play around with this. It's given me an option to use my phone camera. What a trip. That would be neat. Human says he's heard all he needs to about Epstein's poll. Is the link pinned? Yeah, does that bring you guys? Maybe I better try with a fucking signed out account, huh? It took me a little longer on that break than usual because I was yapping with Mrs. V. All right, let's see if that works. All right, it seems to. Okay. It seems to be. All right, so the phone lines are open. The video line is open. Anybody wants to join, got a comment, or I guess a question, not that I have any answers, but yeah, that's weird. It doesn't pin the products on StreamYard. I don't know. Maybe you guys are watching. I don't know where everybody be watching from necessarily. So as we know, 20,000 emails have been released from Epstein. I have not read through one of them. Most of them are bullshit. I've heard Chuds commenting that, seen Chuds commenting that it's the Democrats have selectively cherry picked the emails that they wanted to leak. Well, nobody gives a fuck about Epstein, talking with fucking his mom or a business partner about purely business aspect stuff. right? So to sit there and cry and say, oh, they're just picking out the emails where Epstein mentioned Trump. It's like, yeah, isn't that what this is about, you fucking dickheads? Human says more Epstein stuff is to be released on November 21st. Yeah, my thoughts are, Human, how long will this, like, ultimately the best thing or the right thing to do would be to not drag this out for any purposes whatsoever, other than if it was releasing this stuff was going to somehow jeopardize a possible conviction. Like, I wouldn't want to see it released then, but I don't trust anybody with this shit. I honestly don't. Like, I don't have, and I'm not dogging on Dems. I'm just saying I don't trust that their reasons for, if they have anything to do with, because we've heard so much about, like, well, if Trump was in the Epstein files, Harris would have released him, Biden would have, Obama, blah, 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 right? And some of that I think is makes sense and is justified and relevant. At least questioning it is justified. And most of us don't give a fuck, and we've said I don't give a fuck. It's like, if there's a bunch of fucking Dems that we think, or not that just that we think, but that have voted and done incredibly, made incredibly tough stances on voting and on policies and this and that throughout their elected career, that doesn't excuse. I don't care. I don't give a fuck if we lose one of the best policymakers, liberal policymakers that we have. I don't care if we lose 10 of them. I don't. If they're fucking around doing some really fucked up shit, I don't know. How could you sit there and defend that? It's fucking crazy. But we see that with the Trump cult. They definitely are about that, but I don't give a fuck. You know, and I'm not saying that just trying to be neutral or pretend to be understanding, or like um saying that, making some sort of statement that we want all people who are guilty involved to be exposed, just for the fucking, just because, that's what the appropriate thing would be to say. It's the appropriate thing to say and do because it's true. James, what up, brother? Cheers to you. So if anybody does click the link and is trying to get in his studio, holler at me, because I'm not sure that I'm seeing it. So we've also seen that the Trump administration had invited Representative Lauren Boebert into the White House, and apparently they weren't very, you know, private about this. Like it's come out without any sort of anybody contesting it, that they were trying to sway Boebert not to sign the petition to have a vote on releasing the Epstein files. And I thought, my only comment on the Chud chat today was that either Boebert is being threatened, or maybe maybe it's a quid pro quo, right? Maybe she's being, and as soon as I had posted that, I thought, well, it's probably most likely that it would be some sort of offer, right? And that I don't know though what other kind of shady shit Boebert could be involved in that they would be hanging over her head. But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if there's something, but I think she's probably just a dumb slut. I hope that wasn't too hard. I'm just saying she's just not very bright, and she likes to fucking get dick, whatever. I don't judge. Human says that he's surprised that Marjorie Taylor Greene was not invited to that meeting. Yeah, well, she's probably already gone so far. Like, it's strange a little bit, isn't it, Human? Like, MTG was obviously, and has been, and maybe still is, I don't know, a really right up Trump's ass type of Trump supporter. But then, we like, she's just fucking gone completely fucking done 180s on certain topics and fucking railed on them. So I don't know. I mean, my guess is that we've seen how Trump treated Marjorie Taylor Greene anyways through the campaign. Like, he doesn't. Well, we all know anyhow that he doesn't give a fucking rat's ass about any of these motherfuckers when it comes down to it. But yeah, I think he feels he has Marjorie Taylor Greene is in the category with probably a lot of folks that support Trump as far as he's concerned, where they're just like, there's nobody that isn't expendable, is there? So I don't know. James says Trump spent 11,780 weeks with Epstein. Darlene throwing up a super sticker for $10. Thank you, sister. I appreciate the support. I am going to be, as you guys, some of you know, I'm going to be in Washington, D.C. over Christmas. We're going to get there. Oh, fuck. Now I don't know. We might not. Maybe I thought maybe Mrs. V said the 27th we we're going to be leaving. I don't know. That would put us over the new year. I don't know. But we're going to be in D.C. celebrating Christmas with our kid. Christmas is on a Thursday. I thought she said the 27th, which is a Saturday. Yeah, I don't know. But I'm hoping to I have a lot of work to do with getting familiar with streaming from my phone, and hopefully maybe having a better setup before then. I don't know. Like, I've tried to stream from my phone a few times, and I've done it, but it's not great. Like, I just have a really basic plan and really old Android, so I don't know. And where I am, like, I have shitty service outside my house until I get a couple miles down the road. So I don't know if I'm just, used to experiencing that, but we're definitely going to do some live streams. So yeah, all the donations that folks have been kind enough to give, I've been stockpiling, hopefully to do a little tech upgrade for some mobile shit, Bad weather finger. James says breaking news from Tide: all piloted hurricanes are grounded due to bad weather. James, that fucking crazy ass fucking sin the other day says that you notice how all the hurricanes went away when US aid had stopped. It's like I'm not even. I mean, I kind of maybe get what she was trying to say there, like because there was no more aid for these folks that they decided to stop destroying their land, decided to stop sending these piloted hurricanes to these poor regions. It's so fucking weird, man. It's like for one, we only have hurricanes in the Atlantic, and they usually hit North America. Yeah, typhoon till dawn. Nell says Marjorie Taylor Greene is just planning on Trump's demise, hedging her bets. Yeah, well, Nelson, I mentioned that earlier today too in another chat. Like, how long before these folks, and I mentioned earlier in this stream that, a lot of these folks are fucking paranoid. These Republican elected officials are paranoid for themselves, their safety, their family safety. And I think they are absolutely justified and legitimate concerns, though they helped build the fucking Franken Trump, right? The Trumpenstein. So it's very like I don't mean to see like, I have a very fragile petite wife and family, and I've been called out on YouTube by too many people, as some of you folks know. But at the end of the day, how do you cower? No man, no person wants to put their family at risk. But how are you not being a failure as a father, as a husband, if you fucking don't speak out against this bullshit? What kind of not even example, but just how are you fucking feeling about yourself? I couldn't do it. I'm no fucking superhero, and I have plenty of fucking shit to be, I have plenty of my own fucking fears, but there's something inside. And again, I don't feel like I'm any fucking different or special or above average in any way, certainly in courage than anybody else, any of you folks. It just seems fucking completely alien to me to fucking not push back against this shit. I mean, it's not like you're sitting there with you're trying to fucking, you know, resist someone who has a fucking gun to your head physically. James is throwing up links. Unfortunately, I can't share those links, or I can't fucking bring them up on screen just because it's a fucking goddamn mess with the StreamYard. I'm working on it though. Staged against the staged against the machine. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Oh, bah, 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 wow, wow, wow. Oh yeah, James is it beer o'clock, James? But it's 11 o'clock. It's 11 o'clock. Well, maybe I always forget, brother. What are you, 12? Probably changes. I don't know if you guys do the change. I know James is somewhere between 12 and 14 hours ahead of me. So what is it, James? It's around noon your time on a Friday. Are you done working already, brother? I know you were hitting overtime or traveling a lot and fucking busy as fuck for the last couple months. Cheers to you. James, I was supposed to be sharing an email address of yours with A-Bear, but I could not find you. Anybody wants to just have a contact email for TV? Please send me an email and say who your screen name is. And I promise I will never share your shit with anybody else. Anyways, James, there's the channel email. Yeah, I know you've emailed me before, James, and I couldn't find you in my personal email or my channel email. So I don't know. There's a good chance that I may have shared an alternate channel email at one time. I don't know. I do feel like you had written me before though. Written me. James says he started work at 4 a.m. this morning. Jesus fucking Christ, dude, you're dedicated. Do you have a fucking retirement date set yet, James? Oh, 2:35 p.m. So that's weird. It's fucking 11:15 here. She said, I finally found it. Dave says he's not a superhero either, but he wears the cape and his undies on the outside. On the outside of what? Your britches or your ding dong? On the outside of the house? I hope you don't do that. God darn it. The fucking audio kills me. Kills me. Why is there not more audio? Where the hell is Laura? Why is there not other audio options besides my microphone? Yeah. Dave deserves a dead arm. Dave, I'm a little discouraged. I get that maybe Rush isn't your thing. I'm kind of, it's like I say that about bands, but not like bands that are so fucking insanely amazing like Rush. Like Rush doesn't even make my top 5, even though like they probably should. Like I love that much of their, like 2112 isn't, the first half of 2112 is get the fuck out of here good. I'll ask Human. Human, have you seen Rush's new drummer? I've never seen Rush, and now I am really looking forward to hopefully being able to. Human says Oh, hey, Wifey Poo will be starting her holiday baking soon, TV. Would it be okay if I send some to you in effort to stave off diabetes? Absolutely, brother. That's something I hope to do sometime in the future too, is have a PO box where folks can whatever. You know what I mean? I'm not because I want people to fucking start piling things on me, you know? It's more I think well, I know how I am as someone who watches streamers that I even though I just it's so weird for me, you guys. I don't see you folks in chat as like the way I see others. I don't see you folks in chat viewing me as the way I see other streamers. Like I just feel like we're a little bit more casual and you know, just all part of the same thing, right? This is like I said, this is just like it's not that I'm the streamer everybody, you guys come and hang out with. It's TV is just one of the fucking crew that and we hang out in his yard or his garage or basement sometimes. I'd love to have a PO box though for fucking human to send me some baked goods. Honestly, I don't know if you can. I've never had a PO box, so I don't know. Can you mail shit out from there? Well, I guess it wouldn't matter, would it? I'd just like a way to be able to, even though it would be a small cost to me, I don't care. Like I have all these pen and ink cards that I've been doing, and I'd like to start sending them to folks. Human says he was in a parking lot outside a Rush concert. He heard the concert, but was never able to see it. I had seen the Monkees, the Beach Boys, and Ted Nugent under those same circumstances. We were actually able to see Ted Nugent a little bit and the Monkees because of the setup. Like it wasn't a state. Ted Nugent was at my high school football field, and the Monkees were the in the same town at the ski bowl, we called it, or Mulligan's Hollow. And so there was just no way, and they played on the baseball diamond. There was just no way to fuck it. And it's surrounded by dunes, but they keep like for the most part traffic coming in or by it, but and then had it all fenced off, so like you wouldn't have been able to walk up real close, but it was just in this fucking bowl of dunes, so it was really easy to get a vantage point. Yeah, I think what's his nuts was the drummer or whatever, or who Mickey, is that his name, Bill? The dark hair. I think yeah, Mickey Dolenz. Am I getting that? Am I remembering right? He was the only original member at that show. That would have been in the early 80s too. Well, mid 80s, 84, 85. Yeah, Dave says Ted Nugent loves Donnie. Yeah, Ted Nugent was one of my big fucking influences and idols, right? Like the first album I ever got was um I think it's Wango Tango, where he has the guitars coming out of his arms and he's just wearing a fucking loincloth. My uncle, who was only 6 years older than me, I would have been like 10 years old. Seriously, and he bought me this album. Well, my great grandma was there, great granny, and grandpa was a hardcore dude. He was fucking pissed when I unwrapped that album. He wasn't pissed at me, but because of you guys have seen it, like, right? Not Wango Tango, Scream Dream. Grandpa was so fucking pissed, man, that of the album cover because his mom, Granny Green, was sitting there. Grandpa's a character. Like, he got, like, that's where I got my fucking attitude and P's and Q's from. Like, you just know, he just instilled in us that he didn't instill in us being ourselves or being crazy or most everything was okay. He didn't discourage that, but he instilled in us that certain time you just fucking you don't, even if it means not being yourself, you just have out of respect for folks you may not know how they're going to take shit, right? Oh my god, he literally on Christmas he just lit my uncle up for giving me that album. Pisses me off. I wish I still had that album. I tell you what, the Monkees did some cool tunes though. Stepping Stone and I love like Minor Threat's version of Stepping Stone. What's another one that the Monkees did that was really cool? I guess Pleasant Valley Sunday's good as fuck. I just some of their shit had a pretty cool psychedelic feel to it, right? Try to make your mark in society, playing all the tricks that they used on me. Well, I'm not your stepping stone. James says the band members of AC/DC are 90 years old. Yeah, James, it bums me out. Like I seen AC/DC on September 1st, 1986. It was my little sister's 14th birthday. She was also at the show. My aunts and uncles and their spouses were at the show. Me and my best buddy were able to get right up on the cage for about 5 songs, and then we had to get out of there because it was just fucking, we were getting crushed. But I watched some of AC/DC's, some shots from their live concerts in this year. It's like, being a guitar player, and Angus was huge. He's the only one, like I was listening to Angus before I was listening to Zeppelin, right? So it was like Angus and Ted Nugent were the big guitar heroes for me in my preteen years. So it would be, it'd be so hard to stop playing. Like, and I don't know, like if I went to see AC/DC now, would I rather see Angus just sit still and use all his energy to really just give it all on his guitar? Would I be disappointed if he didn't run around? And again, like when I seen him in '86 on their Who Made Who tour, that motherfucker, it was crazy. You guys, have any of you guys seen AC/DC from the mid '80s or before? Because this motherfucker, like on Let There Be Rock, it was a 30-minute guitar solo back in those days, and he would just disappear and run through the stadium and end up in the crowd, and it was just, I'm very thankful and lucky. But like their latest shows, Jesus fucking Christ, I don't, like, I'm positive there was a concert that I watched from this spring where Angus did his thing spinning around on the floor playing his guitar, and he bashed his head. And when he got back up, he was fucking clearly bleeding, and he just kept playing. And I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ. And you know what sucks is I've never cared for Brian Johnson anyways. Like, I'm not saying he was a lousy singer. He had his moments. I can't recall seeing them live, how he sounded. I'm sure he was decent. But it's just like I would have to go back and listen through shit before I could actually give you guys a song that I was just like, holy fuck, man, his vocals are insanely good, right? But it's just, and it's not a dig on him. It's just he was nowhere's. Like, seriously, I got a buddy who's a badass guitar player, Mike Gritzmaker, and this motherfucker, I've been playing with him since we were fucking in our late teens. Um, he can out sing Brian Johnson on AC/DC shit all day long, every day. Like, we used to, when we would play with those guys, or they would come in to a bar that we were fucking gigging, we'd always have him and the drummer come up and do Problem Child, and he'd sing lead. It's fucking crazy. If you're looking for trouble, I'm the man to see. You're looking for satisfaction guarantee. I'm as cool as a body on ice, hotter than the rolling dice. Send you to heaven, take you to hell. I'm not fooling, can't you tell? All right, decided to sing Live Wire instead of Problem Child. Human says his dad took him to see Iron Butterfly, but I can't reclaim the memory. Yeah, Human, I shared with you guys, like, when I don't know, my mom wasn't married to her second husband for very long. But I did see Waylon and Willie. They brought us to, me and my older stepbrother, to Waylon and Willie at LC Walker Arena, same arena that I roadied the Willie Nelson show 20 years later, right? So I was around 8 or 9 years old. And all I remember is the whole, and I've been in this arena a billion times. My kid graduated from there, or their graduation ceremony was there, right? I played in the stadium myself as an opening act for a CD release party of some friends. But it was like, I can still remember just the whole stadium, not like any concert I ever seen after, right? Like, there was just no fucking lights. It was the most boring stage show, just filled with fucking smoke. People just standing around, a lot of old folks, some kids, bunch of fucking hicks. And that's the only memory I have of that show. But Iron Butterfly, huh? That'd be pretty cool. Do 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 do. In a got a vida, honey. Bill says Stepping Stone was a punk rock band requirement, at least in warm up. Pistols got their version as well. Yeah, you know how I learned about that kind of shit, Bill, was from, like, my buddy Gritzmaker. I forgot what their their band name was. God damn it! If I might be able to recall it eventually, but whenever we did shows with them out at the bars and stuff, they were under the Dead Sea Squirrels name. He put his band's name now is Toxic, and been Toxic for a long time. And I actually have a Dead Sea Squirrels CD. Yeah, that was a cool thing, right, Bill? Like, a lot of fucking punk bands redid, covered, like like bubblegum rock from, like, the 60s, right? And, like, God, there's a song that I'll remember every once in a while, and I'll think, why hasn't somebody fucking covered this and made it heavier? But, like, Tossing and Turning by Bobby Lewis. I couldn't sleep at all last night. Do 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 do, just a thinking of you. Do 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 do, and how things were right. I was tossing and turning. The shit is so fucking snappy though, and you could just speed it up, right? And especially, like, the fucking pre-chorus, man. The clock downstairs was striking 4. Do, 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 do. Couldn't get you off my mind. I heard the milkman at the door. 'Cause I was tossing and turning. I have no musicians in my family, but my dad loved fucking rock and roll. Man, did he love rock. I still remember, and I could have got him from my aunt when he passed. He had that 4 album at the Hop Set, and I just remember the green sticker centerpiece, right? And it had all the badass tunes. My boyfriend's back, and it's my party, and at the hop, and yellow polka dot bikini, and just on, like super good shit in my room. And yeah, some of that shit's amazing. Yeah, I can't, James, because I'm doing the StreamYard thing, brother. I can't seem to pull up links. Oh, Thunderstruck. Yeah, AC/DC would get me fucking next anyways. Yeah, right. I'm working on it though, dude, because I want to be able to just I want to be able to have to do what I normally do, but then eventually throughout at the end of the stream or whatever, be able to have a link up for eventually you folks will start getting comfortable and somebody will yap with me. Yeah, and the audio is really shitty too, James, the StreamYard. I don't get it. Like if you scroll back to the beginning of my stream, I played one of my tunes from a file, and it's just it's like I fucking put it underwater. Bill says they were already nostalgic for me at 15, 16 because I watched the show growing up. Repeat to the monkeys. Yeah, the same. Like that, like when I was, so 87, 88, 89. My best friend was 4 years older than me. Is actually good friends with my uncle who's 4 years older than me, but I ended up in alternative education. My first year there was his senior year, but we spent a whole year together and started hanging out. So I was like 14, he was 18. But we did end up just, I can't imagine what it was like for him, for me, with dealing with me during those years. Like, but then it didn't take us long. And we were, I was 16 before we knew it. I had my van and me and him. He was the buyer, and yeah, we hung tight. But like, man, he was like you and Putin, Bill. That motherfucker knows his punk rock. I mean, dude, you got to fucking, if you haven't, Bill, you have to just, I don't know how well what kind of results you get, but fucking Google some West Michigan 80s punk rock, man. I know I've shared J2K2, Jim Jones and the Kool-Aid Kids with you guys, and like the Cannabinoids and Premature Babies, and there's been some good ones. Oh yeah, and the Partridge Family. Come on, get happy. Da 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 songs that we're singing. Come on, get crappy. Who is that? David Cassidy? No. Yeah. Yeah. Sean Cassidy was the Do Run Run guy, right? Met her on a Monday and my heart stood still. To do run, 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 to do run, run. Somebody told me that her name was Jill. To do run, run, run. Yeah, she looks so fine. Yeah, gonna make her mine. To do run, 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 to do run, run. That's some fucked up shit right there. Yeah, was it Sean Cassidy? Or David Cassidy? He actually produced that whole show and everything, I think, right? Like, I seen some documentary on him and pertaining to the Partridge Family show, and like, yeah, just weird, man. I don't know. I tell you what, it's fucking crazy watching, because like almost no bands or musicians that I've ever seen any documentaries on, it's never instant, just never fucking instant, right? It just isn't. Like they've been out there, most of them pounding the, except for maybe some of the fucking lousy 80s hair bands like GNR and Motley Crue. Yeah, I said GNR. Sure, Slash is a badass. Sure, Axl Rose had an incredible voice, but come on, fucking mute lyrics, fucking crap. I don't know, man. I was never a fucking, thank God I was never a fucking 80s hair band fan. Just cannot stand the shit. It would have, it like ended with Twisted Sister. Susan Day was fine. Yeah. James says he could go some zippy pop goes great with a beer. I tell you what, I'm sucking down my second cocktail here, even though I just, oh, it has been almost another hour already, hasn't it? Because I have to do another BRB. That's the bitch about fucking doing coffee cocktails. The shit goes through you fast. All right, hang tight, you guys. I'll be right back. I met her on a Monday and my heart stood still. Did do run, run, run? Oh. James said he went to a Fleetwood Mac concert and was having a contest with Mick. That dude, there's something about that dude. He actually owned he has owned a bar or whatever in Maui for many, many years. It got burnt. Totally devastated during that wildfire event a couple of years ago. Maybe he was doing a lot of coke back then, but the dude is like more bug-eyed than I am sometimes. All right, I'm gonna try something in a second, you guys. Watch it's good. So it isn't gonna let me keep. Oh, here we go. Oh, you gotta upgrade. You gotta do a paid plan to add an extra camera. But so my camera, I might disappear for a second, but I'm gonna see if I can bring up the camera on my phone. It's asking me, it's saying I can. It is loading something. Come on, motherfucker. I don't think it's going to want to do it, is it? Hmm. I don't know if I should change anything on my phone settings. Yeah, I don't know. It is not. I don't know. I just thought so. Anyway, StreamYard had a tab saying that I could add my, and it has my phone because I have it synced to my computer. But so it listed my phone, but it's not. It's trying to load it, but it's not. Hey, there, it changed on the screen that you guys see. Hmm. Yeah, it's showing the camera, but it's not accessing it. I wonder why. I wonder if I have to have it closed. All right. I'm going to try and close my phone camera and see if that helps. It's not making any difference. All right. Whatever, man. Oh, did it just go? It didn't. All right. I tried. Fuck it. Hopefully it'll reset here in a second. There we go. All right. Yeah, I'm about done anyways, human. I appreciate you, brother. Yeah, it was weird. I don't know if it's just some fucking I have no idea. It wasn't giving me any information about why the camera it was trying to pull it up. Didn't show anything on my phone. It did show my phone on my PC, but and in StreamYard, but it wasn't showing the camera. I don't know. Bill says here's a long form doc of the on making on out of step with mostly Ian McKay doing the talking. Thanks, brother. Appreciate the street. I'm going to save that link because I'm going to probably need something to watch here in a little bit. Human is going to smoke. No, no, it's fully charged. 98%. No, I know it showed that fuck it. It showed the phone with the X through it or line through it as it was completely dead or something, but it's not. I don't know. That has to be just a fucking StreamYard thing. Like I just synced my phone with my computer, not with my Google accounts, but with my computer. So I'm just the other day, 2 days ago. So I'm still trying to learn how to use it. All right, going once, going twice. Anybody want to join TV? Let's end this poll. 16 votes. Bill asked, did Donald spend Thanksgiving dinner with Epstein on 2017? 81% of the 17 folks polled said 82% now of 17 folks polled said yes. 18% said no. It's likely he spent Thanksgiving 2017 with Epstein, which is really odd considering he knew full well what that Epstein was a predator by that time. Battery. Dun, 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 dun. Human, I watched a Metallica show. I've never seen them live, and I've never watched much of their live concerts, like at all. I don't really know why, because I love like James was my hero in that sense, along with Dave Mustaine. Even though back in the day I didn't listen to much, I never listened to much Megadeth, but to be able to play those heavy metal guitar riffs and do lead vocals was just fucking cool as fuck to me, right? But it was just late last year that I watched a show at the same fucking arena that I was talking about from Metallica. God, and James Hetfield was just a fucking complete dick to the audiences. I was a little shocked. Like I knew, like I was the same way. I would be obnoxious. I never would say shit like call our audience fuckers or shut the fuck up or. I mean, it was crazy. These guys were fucking wild for sound, man. They must a lot of fucking coke and beer involved, I would imagine. And I don't judge it for that, but it was a little weird. Like I expected it to be pretty obnoxious show, but fuck, I seen Slayer for fuck's sake, and I tell you what, Tom Araya, it was the most polite fucking heavy metal front man that the world has ever known. All right, I'll do this again soon. That's for sure. I was hoping to get someone to bite on the StreamYard link. Remember, you don't have to have your picture up or a picture of you. You could have a picture of your turtle up, your tortoise, or your cat, right? Or just a favorite art piece. Or you could have your video up, whatever. We will do this again though, for sure. I think I'll probably do it again next time. I'm just right now the only issue that I'm able to share all the media files that I want as far as visuals go. Even if there's audio, if it's talking, it'll probably be fine. It pisses me off that I can't share music without it sounding like him. What's the point of sharing fucking music if it's just going to be a fucking shit show audio wise? So thanks, Bill. Yeah, I got that saved, brother. I'm definitely going to be checking that out. Yeah, that one album by Minor Threat has Not Your Stepping Stone, and it also has I Don't Want to Hear It. I don't want to hear it. No more bullshit. I don't want to hear it. No more bullshit. Oh, shut up. That's some good shit. That's what my brother turned me on to. Was so Jason Newsted was probably still with him then. Human says he seen Metallica during in Vegas during the Black Album days. So Newsted was probably still playing then. Human says he remembers buying tickets, showing up, and making it to the mezzanine. Yeah, yeah. Cheers to you, Bill. Human, cheers to you. I love and appreciate you, brothers. James and Darlene was here, and Laura was here. I'm probably gonna not be able to scroll up far enough. Darlene, thanks again for your support. Yeah, it was. I mean, we had folks hanging out viewing, but Nelson was here. Not as many folks wanting to chat. I guess that's all good. All good. It is later here. I guess East Coast time, but fuck, I think like it's only 8:30 or now 9 o'clock West Coast time. So whatever. We'll do it again soon. I will try to force myself to use a StreamYard again on the next stream and just not worry about the fucking music so much. But as long as I can share graphics and stuff with you guys, that's all that matters. And whippets, yeah. Human says Newstead was there. He's a pretty badass guy. All right, you guys be good. I'll see you soon. All right, peace and love. TV2 out like a motherfucker.